My manager walked into the boardroom with my work, put his name on it, and walked out with a $22,000 bonus. I had every file timestamped. His name was Greg, mid-level manager, 12 years at the company, deeply average at his actual job. What Greg was genuinely good at was talking, presenting, taking the temperature of a room, and making himself sound essential. I spent 22 months building an internal logistics system that rerouted how our distribution centers communicated with the warehouse network, reduced processing delays by 34%, saved the company an estimated $480,000 in the first operational year. I know that number precisely because Greg used it in his presentation. He told me 2 days before the board meeting that he needed to walk the executives through the system himself because they respond better to senior voices. He asked for my slide deck and my summary report. I sent them over. I trusted him. He presented it word for word, didn't change a slide, used my exact phrasing, referred to himself as the architect of the solution, stood up there in front of the board and accepted a standing round of applause for work I had done alone at my desk for nearly 2 years. The bonus was announced internally 3 days later, $22,000. Greg sent a team email thanking everyone for their support on the project. He used a rocket emoji. I sat at my desk and read that email twice. Then I started organizing a folder. I had the original design documents going back to month 1. Every file carried a creation timestamp and my employee login ID in the metadata. I had 47 email threads showing my progress updates, questions I had raised, decisions I had made independently. I had a version history showing 94 individual edits. Every one of them under my credentials. Greg's name appeared in the project files exactly twice. Both times he had replied to an email with "sounds good." I didn't go to HR yet. I did something quieter first. I knew our industry. I had been approached 6 months earlier by a competitor for a senior systems role. I had declined at the time. I reached back out on a Thursday afternoon, told them I had recently completed a large-scale logistics project with documented results, and I was now open to conversations. They responded within the hour. I went through 3 rounds of interviews over 4 weeks. During the final round, they asked me to walk them through the system architecture. I walked them through every detail. I knew it because I had built every detail. They offered me the role on a Friday morning, senior systems architect, $31,000 more than my current salary. I accepted. That afternoon, I submitted my resignation and hand-delivered a formal complaint to HR with the full documentation folder. Every timestamp, every version, every email, the metadata. Greg's 2 sounds good replies. I also CC'd his manager and the head of the department that had awarded the bonus. I gave 2 weeks' notice and spent them watching quietly. Greg was placed on administrative review in week 1. By week 2, HR had pulled the full project record. By the time I walked out on my last day, the bonus had been flagged for clawback review. I heard from a former colleague 3 months later. Greg was let go. The system I built is still running. He took credit for my work in a boardroom. I took credit for it in my next job interview. The timestamps don't lie. They never do.